Alright. Yes, let's go. Hobson silently gets up and begins walking towards Tenslayer. Here we go. There we go. The Tenslayer starts up again and begins leaving port. The ride this time is a lot more peaceful. Hobson seems as surprised as we are. This is odd. We're sailing right into their territory, and yet none of their boats are around. I don't get it. Well, maybe they're afraid? Yeah, from when we came by here last and lost them a patrol. Or maybe I should stop looking at gift horse in the mouth and just go. Soon, Sunset Creek disappears behind a set of crags. Another gap thereafter quickly reveals a stretch of farmland and forests. It's a small dock at this gap, which Hobson begins sailing towards. This dock isn't in use yet. Construction is sparse, so you should be able to slip into their territory unnoticed. Now good luck, and don't die. Thanks, you too. I can't talk to him, and there's nothing unusual nearby. That is unusual. He was standing right there. It's also very quiet. So I guess maybe we're not going to be able to come back. What's this? What is this here? A shack? Looks like it's occupied too, but what's happening? Are they sleeping? Or are they just that lazy? For that matter, where were they when we landed? Why don't they at least have a lookout for us now? At least we can still get away at this point if we want to. Now, let's attack. As I step into the large room, all the brigands turn toward us in shock. Unfortunately, they aren't sleeping. Well, at least we have the advantage of surprise. Here's hoping we can use this to our advantage. Alright. And there's a few that are brigand monks. Alright. Lightning spray. Less damage than I expected. Ow. Yeah, this is actually working out fine. How did the brigand monks survive? Jeez, die already. Thank you. Ooh, a level up for Draco. Excellent. Now, is there anything that they dropped that would actually be of use? Because I don't think there is. Actually, you could use one of the U-bows. Alright, that's it. Damn, these brigands were living pretty Spartanly. Most of them didn't even have beds. Whatever they had on their backs is all that they had here, period. Ah well, at least a fair number of them have been slain. And that's a reward in and of itself, right? No, we can't go back. He's gone. He completely left us here. Well, okay. Suddenly a fog settles into our hearing. Words begin to repeat throughout our heads in various pitches and eventually coalesce into one single message. Come to me. More later. We will stop the brigands. Wizard, go to the rotting tree to the north of here, then go west. Be careful. The voice disappears and our perceptions are returning to normal. But hey, what the hell was that? Was that even real? Strange. The rotting tree to the north of here, and then to the west. This group is clearly inept. They haven't noticed us yet, and if we're the least bit cautious, it looks like they're not going to. Still, we could take matters into our own hands. Attack! 6 brigands and a sniper. Disarmed? That's not expected. He's punching! He was actually legitimately disarmed. Okay. That was honestly completely unexpected. These guys are actually quite skilled. Note to self, watch out for snipers. Alright, any loot that's worth anything. Iron plate mail has value in it, as is that iron-edged sword. These brigands aren't good enough to mask their presence entirely. We knew they were coming. On the other hand, when they were in the area, they managed to evade our senses. And now, staring them face to face in an ambush, we're paying for our clumsiness. Well, no brigand snipers, so we're good there. What the hell? Slow them down a little. Yeah, we're fine just smacking them, honestly. And there we go. Alright. We are overpowered for this, I can obviously tell. But hey, it's fine. Well, that's one more group of brigands down for the count. Unfortunately, the group doesn't seem to have any extraordinary amount of treasure on them. And it looks like there's something hidden over here. He said look for the rotting tree and then head west. But I don't see any rotting tree. The tower standing here has a very good view of the whole area around it. There's no way we would be able to get past it without being seen and shot at, despite the fields around it. Furthermore, it'd be even more ridiculous for us to try and take it. At first, this farmhouse looks to be okay, but there are telltale signs. Broken fences, overgrown weeds, a door off of its hinges. This farmhouse has been sacked. The brigands must be maintaining this farm in its previous owner's stead. There's an extremely large amount of brigands entrenched here, more than we would ever be able to take on. We might be able to take these brigands on later when their forces aren't concentrated just here, but how do we go about doing that? They'd have to be taking pretty heavy flak somewhere other than here to lower their numbers. Yeah, certainly. There's a farmhouse here. Enter it? Yes. A farmhand creeps out of the house waving a pitchfork at us. Get out! Go away! We don't want your kind here! If we're caught talking with you, the brigands will whip us good. Now go! Get! Clearly, we're not exactly wanted here. These brigands haven't spotted us yet, and it doesn't look like they're going to. We could get the jump on them if we so choose, or we could spare them for now. Charge! 5 archers, is that all? Okay, when they actually hit... Okay, the combat here is actually quite interesting. When these guys hit, they do actually cause some side effects which are a bit of a bother. It's kind of interesting, really. Fox leveled up. Beautiful. Alright. We stumbled across some reagents. Alright, that's good. Alright, and we've made some progress. Night is falling, and there's something over here. I think we'll investigate this. We've killed a few brigands on the way, and there's something here. 3 brigand snipers. Not pleased with that. Ow. Okay, the disarming is actually more annoying than anything else. On the plus side, we shouldn't deal with any more disarming now. Right, a bit of healing for Draco. There we go. There is plenty of armor here, but I don't think we're really going to sell a lot of this. Those iron-edged swords are valuable, though. And that's all it was. That's all those snipers were. Okay, good to know. 3 brigands and 4 archers. There we go. And there we go. Oh, this must be where it is. What a piece of crap. This in no way can be the true lair of the brigands. It's barely floored in wood, most of it being dirt. There are no walls, merely wooden braces holding up the passageways on the ground. The ceiling is low and is held up with wooden columns. Plus, there's hardly enough room here to house the brigand armies that have been waltzing all over the place. There's not nearly enough activity here to justify such a powerful brigand presence. This is not the brigands' main stronghold. It is, however, a well-staffed base and maybe even a way station. There are still some brigands here, and a large number at that. And the only good brigand is a dead one. Yeah, we shouldn't go in there yet. I want to find this... what that one person was talking about. We're not wanted. Said go to the wooden tree... the rotten tree to the north, and then head west. This must be the rotted tree the so-called wizard spoke about. If so, then his directions were to go west from here. I could barely see that, especially in the dark. Damn, this mountain wall is rock solid. Where the hell are we supposed to go? Wait, there's a small part of the mountain wall that's illusory. If we weren't in this exact location and looking for it, we'd have never found it. Bizarre. Toadstools. Holy hell, what is this? There's a large raised dais here, and its center is surrounded by 8 large crystal pillars. There's a portal in the center of the dais, but that doesn't explain the presence of the crystals. It could simply be a very long-distance portal, but even those don't require this much power. Crystal pillars. Often that's a symbol of Venati. But Venati here? That just doesn't make sense. Alright, let's investigate. The portal is sitting here waiting for us to step through it. Enter. What's happening? This vertigo, this unexplainable nausea. It's as if our heads are being thrown into our stomachs and our stomachs are being thrown up our throats. Eventually, we begin to feel somewhat more stable. Reality begins to coalesce around us again, and we are able to regain some stable footing as we step out of the nothingness and onto a cold, hard floor somewhere bright and new. Whoa. Now, where are we? Well, here he is. Honestly, for a mage capable of making a teleporter device, he doesn't look particularly outlandish. Even though the walls of his home are made of basalt, it's still very simply designed. The man turns his head towards us. He looks us up and down with his eyes stretched open wide and his mouth curling into a light smile. Is he appraising our skill?
It's nice for you to finally make it, Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. All of you, I really do appreciate it. As you might have guessed, I am the one who summoned you here. But none of this answers what questions you have and what questions I want to answer for you. Come, let us talk.
Well, we did get some level ups. Why do you still need more defense? Bloody hell. Fine. Yeah, defense is what he needs. Sheik. More endurance actually would be a good idea. Bonnie, you're saving up. Draco, I kind of want you to save up too. The mysterious figure is waiting patiently. Who are you?
I will not tell you all of the information you are likely looking for immediately. Time will tell if you are worthy of any more than this. I am a spellcaster of great skill. I hold a valuable position in the Imperial government. I am a friend and ally to you, and I wish to help you defeat the brigands. For now you may refer to me as K for the sake of convenience.
You're the one who was sending letters to General Abaddon. Kay looks up in what appears to be surprise.
You're better informed than I had thought. Yes, I was the one who had sent letters to Abaddon. I thought he would be able to act in your stead and kill off the brigands. Unfortunately, it seems as if someone had already preempted this and had him assassinated. It's unfortunate. He was a good man, and right after his son, a worthy inheritor of his name, was reported dead due to a case of massive bureaucratic incompetence.
How do you know who we are? He shakes his head.
Don't get the wrong idea. I was merely looking for any competent adventurers to come to my aid, not you in particular. But when I saw that you were approaching, I decided to at least learn your names and reputations. I'm no predator. I only know of you because you chose to make yourselves visible to me.
Why are we here?
Well, as I told you before, I wanted Abaddon here to fight for me, but given the circumstances, that quickly became impossible. And so I sent for you. What I want you to do is fight against the brigands. What this means in practice, though, is less than merely clearing out this valley. These brigands are better equipped than most, I'm certain you know that. Just how deep this conspiracy goes, however, is astounding. These brigands are more than you may be bargaining on, even given how much power they command.
What is here?
A very astute question. Here is, how to put it, a very sequestered place. I call it sanctuary, since nobody without permission may enter this place. It's as far away from Sunset Creek as you can imagine, and yet, as you just saw now, here can be visited from there at any time. I don't expect you to understand the specifics. Heck, sometimes I hardly understand them myself. Still, here is a safe place to be, if not difficult to reach at times.
Why can't you kill a few brigands yourself?
I can, but to do that, there are some things that I risk. The main base of operations for these brigands is located conveniently near a large nexus of power. Now, this nexus does not prevent me from destroying the brigands and whomever it is that leads them. On the other hand, what could happen if I use my full power close enough to that nexus is not worth it. I will spare you the details, but suffice it to say that these brigands are nowhere near as bad as other things. You, on the other hand, have comparatively little power. Thus my plan is to use you to assassinate the leader of these brigands in a surgical strike. If I'm right, then these brigands and their resources are flowing from the top down.
Is it true that a Rakshasa leads these brigands?
So, you read the letter I had sent to General Abadan. Yes, that is precisely what I fear. The magically powered watercraft you see these brigands using are not fueled by Imperial magical techniques. In fact, the Nexus is, shall we say, Rakshasic in origin. I suspect that the brigand outpost is strategically placed. I do not know why it is, and fortunately the brigands do not seem to have interacted with it significantly. Fortunately, this otherwise inexplicable brigand attack coincides too conveniently with the recent Nephilim uprising in the Evil East province, which was caused by a Rakshasa as well. I suspect that these actions coincide with a greater plan, though I do not currently know what it is.
How are the brigands to be defeated?
Their lair will almost never be found by any cursory inspection of the landscape here. It's underground. To get there, you will have to be able to drop 2 kilometers down. Fortunately, the brigands have created an elastic barrier that can be used to both launch objects towards the surface and receive objects from the surface. The barrier is magical, however, and only responds when used by someone bearing a special emblem. Fortunately, this emblem is fairly easy to reproduce, and I have already done so. There is a chest you will find in the room to the west of the fountain to my south. Take what you find inside.
Where is this elastic barrier?
No. First go get the emblem I told you about. Don't worry, we're not in any hurry yet.
Curious. Wow, that's his kitchen. There is nothing in there. And there's a tree in here? Probably for decoration. That must be the bedroom. There are beds here. We could take a rest if we needed to. No, we don't need to. I guess these are guest rooms. No, I don't want to jump off the ledge. Divine Host Scroll, Spray Acid Scroll, Summon Aid Scroll, Slow Scroll, Force Cage Scroll, Ice Lances Scroll, Pedestal. There are some spellbooks here. Unfortunately, they're very heavy and look to be somewhat complex. If we decide to take any of these spellbooks with us, we will have to limit the amount. Spell Roost. This spell costs 12 spell points and raises the ground below the caster for the duration of 2 turns, protecting the caster from melee attackers and giving resistance to the harmful effects of ranged attackers while rooted. This spell costs 33% of a caster's current SP spell power total and gives 25% of the caster's spell power to a character of his or her choosing. Interesting. This spell sends the caster and his or her party into a berserker rage, giving heavier benefits to spellcasters, allowing the party to wreak mindless havoc on the enemies around them at the cost of 30 spell points. Isuna? This spell purges the party of both positive and negative status effects, but also temporarily prevents the harmful status alterations of enemy archers and monks at the cost of 20 spell points. That sounds useful, but I'm not going to take any of those. Blessed Bolt's Wand of Ice Archer's Ring. I guess you can take the Wand of Ice. Sure enough, Kay was right.
There's a small pendant here, but the chain is ornamental, hardly enough to fit over our wrists. It's a small golden ball with a red star bursting out of the center. Anyway, we were told that it's okay to take it, and it's sitting right here. Take it. These runes are powerful and repel anything approaching them, including us. Looks like we won't be leaving through this exit. Okay. Where the hell did Kay go? Hey, I'm over here! It came from the southeast. Ah, you found me. Good. I have decided to give you a magical suit of armor to protect yourself from the brigands, but I want to make sure that I make something which suits your needs. So tell me, do you want this suit of armor to be used by a melee fighter, a ranged fighter, or a magician? Melee fighter. Next, do you want the suit of armor to be heavy or light? If it's heavy, the protection will be considerable, but it may also interfere with your ability to perform in combat situations. Heavy. Finally, do you want armor that will protect you against the elements, or one that will protect you against having your status in combat negatively affected? Status protection. So you want a heavy suit of armor for a melee combatant that will grant protection from negative status effects? Yes. Very well. Then stand back and watch magic happen. There, I have made you a suit of armor. Use it well. I will be back at the table where I was previously. We still have much to discuss. Unidentified plate mail. I have no idea what this does. Kay is waiting patiently. What now? No, you go back. Go east from the portal on the platform as far as you can, and you'll hit the mountain wall. Take it to the north, and you'll practically run into a hidden passageway. It's tough to find if you're not looking for it, though. Anyway, just step back onto the glyphs in the room to my right, and you'll be back on the other side of the portal. I've set up some spell books past the fountain to the south if you haven't found them already. Make sure to read them. Their contents will help you. You can take a rest if you want, and I've put some food in the kitchen if you'll be wanting any. Leave whenever you're ready. Will you be of any help later on? Why, yes. Don't worry, I'm prepared to give you more advice the further you go. Where did the brigands come from? I don't know. Sorry. Food in the kitchen? Sure. Alright, I suppose we probably should take some, because I don't know if we'll ever be coming back. Asuna would probably be a good idea. And Fracas. How many? Unfortunately, it's a large spellbook. If we want to take it. Okay. We can only take 2. I'm not going to bother with Roost or Transfer Energy. The other 2 are good for me. What the? Foot racer. Don't speak. This was quicker than I had expected. I cannot afford to dawdle any longer. I am leaving here. You may stay, though I would not recommend it. The woman you saw enter here will be fine. She merely needs to rest. I would not recommend disturbing her slumber. Okay. That was unexpected. The portal. It's gone. Looks like a mysterious figure does not want us back for now. Okay. He was told to head completely. These brigands aren't gonna. Okay. Ow. Didn't mean to do that. They're all going for Bonnie. I'm not pleased about that. There we go. Well, that's one more group of brigands down for the count.
Alright. Ooh, that's actually something we need to get rid of. Sid come far to the east. And 3 brigand snipers. Crap. Alright, pick that up. Great. Pick up again. Are you not... Ah, you didn't actually put it on. You still don't have it, so pick up your steel scimitar. Okay, she's in danger of dying. You definitely need to give Sheik some healing. Ow. And there we go. He said go directly to the east. I don't understand. He said to go out... Well, Kay was right. There is a passage here. It's not guarded very well, but from what he told us, that makes sense. Nobody without the amulet will be able to use the passage here anyway. Well, you know what? I'm going to make this a shorter episode for reasons. And next episode, I think we'll actually probably start by trying to clear out that before we actually go in there. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44. That is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.